review this then, the Bosch Logixx 10 New Dimension. Essentially, if you notice the size of it, it's taller, it's wider, it's deeper. It's an American sized Bosch basically. Yeah. Well, I'm sure a lot of Americans would go, yeah, that's our size, that's normal size that. You only have compacts over here. And I'm like, no, no, no. We have standard size machines over here. Oh, model number WBB24756GB-13. Yeah. Aye. So, this is obviously sold alongside a lot of the other American-made stuff at the time, such as the Extendia and the Whirlpool Duet and the Dream Space in this country. That's why these exist. And essentially, as well, it gets quite weird, but this machine can be very easily converted from running on 240 volts, which is what we have over here, to 120 volts by changing nothing. Yeah, nothing. Right, I'll explain a little bit then. Alright, this machine has an electronic heater to heat the water. And you might think, well, it's a big machine, must have a big heater. No, it has a pathetic 1300 watt heater. But it made sense, right? It doesn't make sense over in this country when a normal Bosch machine that's only a 6 kilogram and half the size has a 2000 watt heater. This 1300 watt heater. Well, why have they done that then? Well, over in America, where they have these machines, they don't heat the water. They have a hot and cold fill. And we get supplied with one with just cold fill only. That's really annoying, because you'll see later on why it's so annoying. But essentially, over in America, because they only have 120 volts, and to be fair, a lot of you are converting over to 240 volt for some of your appliances, such as your electric dryers, which is fair enough and great. But over here, it means that we're stuck with a heater that's just really too small. Especially over in America, you only use the heater on one cycle. You only ever use it on sanitize. But we use it on everything because we only have cold fill. Right. Also, to make things quite complicated, the control panel is up here at the top. But yeah, no, I'll use this main camera for this. I'll leave the top camera for the demonstration. So anyway, it's also got a drain hose. It's also got an emergency door release, and it's also got a drain filter. All which behind here. Except trying to get this off is extremely complicated and annoying. Ugh, it just doesn't want to really come off. It's a nightmare to get it off. Ugh. Can you see where the little bits of damage? That's where I've kind of had to use a screwdriver to get it behind there and then try and twist it. It's supposed to twist down to make sure that this comes out to here. And it's really annoying. You're supposed to obviously just turn it like so, but it just doesn't work. It's not great. I'll have to do a proper video on that one day. But behind there is the filter, the emergency door release, and an emergency drain hose. But it's all designed wrong because the drain filter has no shroud around it whatsoever. Quite literally, if you take the drain filter out, all the water just goes onto the machine. Also into the machine, but there's a hole in the bottom. You know, it's not a completely covered bottom. So it just goes on the floor. And then there's no way to capture the water. Ugh, that's the least of the worries for this machine. So this one's set to open on this side. And the door's also set that it self-closes. And the detergent flap always flaps up every time it shuts. We've got an 81 litre drum here. Yeah, it's not exactly huge. It will take on a king-size duvet just about, but it is only just about. Got this big door seal. We've got, weirdly as well, there is a direct fill like you find on any other Bosch. But it does nothing. It's blocked off. And it's designed to do nothing. Why this door seal is designed to have this in would never make any sense. Because the certain dispenser is just far too low. It wouldn't come across. Bizarre. What actually happens as well is that the dispenser sits here, it goes down a pipe and fills directly all the way at the back. I'm not exactly fond of it. Also, I'm not sure 100%, but I would say it might be possible to change the door lock over to the other side, but it looks like it's a big process to do. And a completely different door. So actually this door only ever opens on one way, unlike the dryer, which can be reversed. Right, so in our door here, we've got this red marker put inside, and that's to remind you obviously which side this door opens. I can't tell you how many times I've tried to open it on the wrong side, despite having that red marker there. Right, the machine is switched off using the off position on the control panel. We've got this little red marker here to indicate which program we have selected. Doesn't matter though, because when we turn it on, it reads in full English. Because of course the whole world speaks English. But don't worry, because you can go into it and pre-configure it when it's, say, first installed to read out whatever language you want. I will have to do a video on that one day for the channel. But you can't really select it via the menu once it is set up. Right. So, start, pause. Right. If the light is not flashing, the door isn't closed. Once the door is closed, the start pause light will start to flash to say it's ready to start. Also ready then comes up as well. But if I turn it on whilst the door is closed, it's still going to come up there. So actually I'm going to leave it off for now. So it should go back. It doesn't want to go back. Let's leave it like that. Oh no, it just says ready, which is really weird. Because clearly it's not ready if the door is open, is it? I'll leave it closed then. Right, first thing you'll notice here is time. It says 4:36 PM and 6:01 PM. Essentially, instead of giving you a time of 1 hour 25, which is what this is, it's just telling you as and when it's going to finish, including what current time it is right now, which is actually a little bit wrong anyway. Anyway, so we've got cottons on the dial here. Max load is 10 kilograms. If you want to run the Eco standard program, you have to select 60 and intensive. I'll show you that in a minute. But anyway, I'll run through it. If we add on a pre-wash, it adds on around 30 minutes. If we add on extra rinse, it will add on 15 minutes. And if we add on reduce ironing, which will lower the spin, it will also still add on 10 minutes to the time. Right. If we go into the menu, we can set the spin speed. We've got variable spin from 1200 down to 800, and then you've got without spin, which will then lower the time. So there we go. But you'll notice something there. We can't go beyond 800. But if we select reduce ironing, and then select spin speed, we can go down to 400. So there we go. So essentially, whilst you're working through it, like so, to go through the menu, you have to press menu. So you hit menu to select the first item. You then then press select to change it. So after the variable spin, we've got program finish at. This is the time you want the program to finish at. So if we press select, it goes up in half an hour steps for basically 24 hours. It's 4:30 at the minute, so it should go to around 4 o'clock, 4:30. There you go. And then we've gone back off now because it's now gone to the end time for the current cycle. Yeah. So, this cycle's an hour 25. If I set this now to 7 PM in a minute, it will delay the start of the wash for 55 minutes, then run for an hour 25, and then finish at exactly 7 o'clock. Well, sort of, because this also has a variable load sensor in it. And that means that whatever you put in, if you put half a load in, it's going to reduce the time. You put quarter of a load in, it's going to reduce the time even more. Right, we've also got mode, normal wash, quick wash, which saves 15 minutes, and intensive wash, which adds on 20 minutes. But there's a big problem with this machine, and it's the timings. They're all wrong. And I think that's mostly down to the 1300 watt heater. What I've noticed with the machine is if you run quick wash on this, which is designed for washing lightly soiled laundry, so for example, cotton 30 will take an hour 10. It will take an hour 10, but if I run normal, and I'm going to just leave that on in a minute. If I run intensive, it'll say 6 hours 6:25, and it'll run for just a bit over that, maybe 6:30, 6:35. If I run normal, it'll run closer to 6:25. Anyway, intensive is made for washing heavily soiled, and normal's for every day. You just notice that I've made it beep. You got signal, continuous, and for some bizarre reason you can't do anything with it. Why? And we've got max, but I've had to press and hold it. How odd. So there you go. So that changes the loudness up to like 10. Or 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, and enough. 31 settings to the signal. I want 3. Off, low, medium, and loud. How annoying. Look, if I press and hold, there you go. You can now hear it going louder and louder and louder and louder. There you go. If I press and hold now. So I want it to say there. We'll leave it there. Then you got child lock, which locks out the display, and it prevents the door from being open as well at the end of the cycle. Then you got, it says time, and this is for basically changing the current time, which is 16:36 or 36. It's not, so it's about 7 minutes out, but I'm not going to change it. I'll shut that. Because the trouble is, oh, change minutes, look, I'll show you. But the trouble is, to go through it, yeah, it takes ages. Oh, well, it's set now. Right, so that's all your menu options through it. Like I said, times-wise, the adds on 20 minutes for intensive, takes 15 minutes off for quick wash, and this is the same for all the Cottons programs on this side. So if I go to Cottons 40, it's 2 hours with intensive, an hour 40 with normal, and an hour 25 at quick wash. Go to 60. It's 2.5 hours on intensive, 2 hours 10 normal, and an hour 55 with the quick wash. You got Con 60 stains. If you want to run the eco program for this machine, it will run with only 2 rinses, but you have to select intensive. So it's 2.5 hours. Take it off, it won't quite run the eco cycle for it, but it's still going to run at a lower temperature and less rinses for some reason. I don't know, it's Bosch. Again, and then you can go to quick wash, which will then be an hour 55. Then we've got Cottons 90, which is 3 hours 40 with intensive, 3 hours 20 with normal, and 3 hours 5 with quick wash. Then you got mixed load at 30 degrees. This allows you to wash 4 kilograms, so about just over a third, of mixed lights, darks, cottons, and easy cares all in one go. With intensive, it takes an hour. With quick wash, with normal, it's done in 40 minutes, and with quick wash, it does it in 35 minutes. However, don't think you're going to get a 40-minute wash. I done it on normal, and it took an hour. So with intensive, it's going to take an hour 15. And this is my problem with it. It only heats to 30 degrees, and it's still taking a lot longer than what it says. All the options are available for the mix load as well. So you can add on a pre-wash, which adds on 20 minutes. You can add on rinse plus, which adds on 15. And we can add on gentle spin, which ups it by another 9 minutes, 8 minutes or so, and limits the spin to 600. Then we've got rinse and freshen up, which weirdly, yep, you've seen that. Quick wash is selected. And intensive wash, it can be selected. And normal wash can be selected. With rinse and freshen up. How bizarre. Because if I go out of it now, oh, I hate this menu. This menu is not great though. That's the only problem with this menu. Look, I'm waiting for it to come out. It's come out now. So, normal, rinse and freshen up. So it's basically rinse and spin. For some bizarre reason, when set to normal, it's 25 minutes, 27 minutes long. You select to quick wash, it's 17 minutes long, and if you select it with intensive, it's 37 minutes long. Or 47 minutes long or something stupid like that. And I don't get it. Like, it doesn't heat or anything. But really, you can add on an extra rinse. For 14 minutes. 30 minutes. And you have gentle spin, of course, because it runs a Cottons rinse and freshen up. But weirdly, you can lower the spin from 1200 to without, unlike the Cottons. Bit of a bizarre one this machine is. Then we've got spin only, which will take exactly 9 minutes. Yeah. You can have reduced crete ion, which it ups it to a 20-minute spin cycle. Yep, because it does the intervals. And of course you can reduce the spin speed if you wish to all the way down to 400. Luckily, there's no variable soil for it. Then we've got drain only. Obviously it just drains out the water for 3 minutes, or 2 minutes, 1 minute. It'll probably more than likely drain for up to about 3 or 4 minutes. But it senses whether it's drained out. And basically drain out there is if the machine goes wrong, if you've accidentally put it on the wrong cycle or you put the wrong detergent in and stuff like that. That's what drain there is for. Of course there's no options, so, but you can put it on time delay. Then you got wool. You can have it at 30 or cold. They both take half an hour to complete. No difference there. The only options are extra rinse, which adds on staggering 16 minutes on the wool cycle. And you have reduce ironing, which reduces it from 800 to 600. But interestingly, also takes a minute off. Then we've got variable spin for it. You can still have without final spin. And then you can add quick wash, which will take off 5 minutes. But yeah, you can add it back on. Interestingly, this program washes in under 30 minutes on either cold or 30. It's up to you. So this is the only one that kind of runs right. Wool max load is 2.5 kilo. That's a quarter load. You got delicate and silk. Max load 3 kilograms. It's over and done with in 40 minutes, which is on par with the small machines, the regular size machines, shall I say. If you add a pre-wash, it adds on 15 minutes. You can also add on extra rinse, which adds on 7 minutes, and you can put on reduce ironing, which adds on some more time, but only does it at 400 RPM. Likewise, we can change the spin, and we can also change the intensity as well. So if we put it on quick wash, it takes off 5 minutes, making it a 35-minute wash. And if we add on intensive, stop buzzing camera. It adds on 13 minutes. Is that right? It adds on 8 minutes. Max load for delicates is 3 kilograms. Then we got Easy Care cycles made for washing 4 kilograms of man-made fabrics. We've got obviously 60, which is now 40, 40, which is done in an hour, and we've got 30, which is also done in an hour. We can add on the pre-wash, which adds on 20 minutes. We can add on extra rinse, which adds on 15 minutes. We can have reduced ironing, which adds on 4 minutes. That's quite a long time, actually, 11 minutes there. Which also limits the spin to 600 with gentle spin on. And likewise, we can change it from normal wash to quick wash, which takes off 5 minutes, or add on 20 minutes with intensive, except for 60, where the quick wash, except for Easy Care, where quick wash takes off 10 minutes. It's not bad. Right, I've got our detergent dispenser here. I'll lift the lid up. And we've got marked out main wash, fabric softener, and pre-wash. That comes out so you clean it. Put your detergent in if you're selecting the pre-wash button. And then also always put detergent into the main wash compartment here. Fabric softener goes in there. Fabric softener, so we're going to add in 25ml of Lenore into there. It barely takes any room up. Realistically, I think the max for the fabric softener is around 150mm. Likewise, I think the pre-wash will happily take around 200mm. And we've got some bold here. Which is about 70mm in there. It will happily take 400. Basically, you can also fill these two compartments up completely up to there. Because as soon as you put it on, it's going to get flushed in either way. It's a bit like a toilet around here. So you the jet of water, when it fills up, comes around here and it goes round. thought they were going to be recalculating anything. Sorry to interject. It's 6:25 right now, and it's still saying finish at 6:25. How can it be? Oh no. Right, let's give this out of 10 then. Well, I've had it for a while, I've done quite a fair few wash cycles through it, and I have quite a few problems with this Bosch. So if you were to buy a Bosch over in the UK, i.e. the like the one right next to it here, compared to Hotpoint and Whirlpool, you would have got a much better all-round product in terms of washing, rinsing, spinning and durability, as well as build quality. This is pathetically the opposite. Compared to Hotpoint, Whirlpool and Samsung, I don't really want to include Samsung because Samsung wasn't really just about thereabouts in that time frame was there. Compared to the Whirlpool, compared to the Hotpoint I've got, this is rubbish. And I mean rubbish in the sense of price. It was far more expensive than both the Extendia and the Whirlpool Duets. And worse in every single way than either of them. First off, it's a lot more basic. You don't get only a basic set of programs. Okay, maybe I can live with that. You know, it's giving you whatever. Whereas the Whirlpool would give you stuff like sports and a daily and even a bulky cycle for washing duvets with. And the Extendia would also give you a duvet and a blanket cycle and towel cycle. But this doesn't give you anything special. 2, the washing ability is meh. It's meh. It takes too long to complete a cycle too. Not just the fact that obviously it's only got a 1300 watt heater, so it can run on 120 volts, but the fact that even as it's saying 3 hours 20, which I can happily live with, that will say 2.5 hours or 2 hours 10 for a 60 cycle, it's taking half an hour more, 40 minutes longer, or whatever. Mix load says 40 minutes at the start, taking an hour. I can't live with that because or even EasyCare 60 takes 2.5 hours, 2 hours 10 to 2.5 hours for an hour 40 cycle. Yeah, it's really, really annoying. I get it, I'm rambling on a little bit for this machine. Then there's the build quality. I don't like the filter flap at the bottom. You can't undo it. The filter just empties straight into the machine. The filter, the drain pump rattles against the case. There's a rattling somewhere in there. Still not worked out where it's from. And these weren't exactly in a proper commercial setting. They were in a home. They were in a normal domestic house, believe it or not. Both this and the dryer. And the dryer doesn't even work at the minute. Right. How am I rating this? I'm going to give this a disappointing 4 out of 10. And this is disappointing full stop. Oh, I forgot to keep mentioning as well, the water level. Now, it's on an incline like that, which is fine, but it means it uses so little water. I was quite shocked how little it uses, that if you put a duvet in, it doesn't really soak the duvet at all. Or wash it. And you end up banging your head against a brick wall. Because it's going, well, what is exactly this for then? What market does it suit? If the Extendia does everything better and the Whirlpool does everything better, more reliably, for cheaper. I give up. That's why it's 4 out of 10. Or even 3 out of 10. No, I'm going to change it. 3 out of 10. Yeah. I'm going to sell it. No, well, no. Because it's one of them. Once I got it, I've got it. I might sell it in the future. But at the minute, I've got some more plans for it. A lot of filming to do. Some more wash races to do with it. And stuff like that. Yeah, no intentions of really get rid of at the minute. So there we go. Yeah, unfortunately, it is what it is. Disappointed on a lot of levels, and disappointed even this. This is okay, to be fair, this is the first time it didn't spin, but you've got an information centre up there, and it didn't say it was unbalanced. Why? This is the first Bosch I've ever had where it's just not spun a load. Oh, right, I'm rumbling. Right, don't forget to give me a like if you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment down below if you agree with me or not. I want to hear your opinion on this machine. Do you like this machine? Don't forget to also subscribe if you haven't already for more washing machine content. And I'll see you in another video, so bye for now.